although the record itself is not my favourite record, and although I've kind of dragged, do you know what I mean, back a little bit. That tour that we did to promote that album is the best time I've ever had on a tour, even though it was chaos. To tour as the biggest band in the world is fucking something else. And, you know, to go to every single airport in the world and have 500 TV cameras waiting for you. Although at the time you don't realise it, it's an amazing thing, do you know what I mean? And we had to speak to all the people who were on that tour, but I had a great time. I loved the scale of it all, and the bits where, you know, remember the ridiculous stage set?
The telephone box.
So we come out of this, all right, this is how fucking mad it was. Someone comes up to Air Studios, the tour's booked. What are we going to do for a stage set? And we're like, oh, fucking stage set, what's that? We're the biggest band in the world now, you need a stage set. Look at you two, we're fucking like, oh. Honestly, we fucking sat round a table, hammered, going, well, let's fucking have the album cover on stage. Yeah, brilliant, that's a good idea. Let's come out of the telephone. Does anybody see a telephone box from there? I don't know what the fuck. We must have thought that was a telephone box. Because we was like, let's come out of a telephone box. The amount of times we stood inside that telephone box, listening to the music, to the whatever tune we were coming on to, and it was pitch black. There was no light could get into it at all. So with 5 of us stood there, and Liam's getting agitated because he can't be in confined spaces. I was just thinking, how has it got to this? What? And then you don't open this telephone box door to 50,000 people onto this stage set. There was a working bar. There was a working bar on stage. We had 2 keyboard players. You can't have one when you're the biggest band in the world. You've got to have 2, because keyboard players got to have a mate. And there's not even a bar on the cover of the fucking thing. But they were behind a bar, and this is the genius of drugs, right? You know, keyboards, digital synthesizers, they have a pitch bend, right? Well, they do. It's like you press a note and you've done this thing and it goes, ooh, like that. We had one hooked up to a fucking pint pulling thing, so that when the keyboard player had to do a bendy thing, he had to pull one of the pints on the bar. We came up with that idea, and somebody made it happen. Somebody made it happen. And then Alan's drum riser was a fake swimming pool with a Rolls Royce sticking out of the end of it. Honestly, it's fucking unbelievable. It makes me think, if I'd have said the night whoever designed the stage set had come round and said, what do you reckon? And you'd have said, you could have said anything, like anything, and they'd have gone, okay, we can do it, we can do that. We can do that. And ridiculous.
Did you ever get stuck in the phone box? Because
there was a couple of
Spinal Tap.
There was a couple of times
the phone box
where we had a lighting guy called Bear. Fucking black dude, an amazing dude, and it was his job. I don't know why a lighting guy. It was his job to open
the door.
The first gig, we're going to come on through this fucking thing, all right. So as the tune is playing, it's not been decided, well, who's going to open the door? So it kind of went on for a bit until this guy runs out and he opens the door. So it was his job then every night. So as the tour progresses, he starts getting a bit giddy with the crowd, and we could hear all this, way, way. In the end, he ends up dressed as a fucking ringmaster, because we've gone, we can take this. Why don't we get him a fucking top hat and a thing? And then it ends up he's like some mad clown on stage who did a little routine before the door was opened. Fucking unbelievable. It was unbelievable. And I remember doing gigs in, like, we went to Hong Kong for the first time. No one from Manchester had ever been to Hong Kong. Officially, we were the first people from Manchester ever to step foot in Hong Kong. It was unbelievable. We were sending postcards to everyone that we knew. We're in Hong Kong. Can't even say it. Hong Kong.